I'm sorry, I'm laughing and I'm having coffee. Hello, the people out there on the internet. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. Isn't it a song? I'm not alone. No, I don't know. It's Yoshi with a long O, right?
Yes.
I could make a thing about I have also something that's long, but nah. Let's not kill the video right at the very beginning. You might have seen him in videos from trade shows where we always run into each other. It's weird because we run into each other at trade shows, even though, how far away do you live?
5 minutes from your house.
If that. I can actually ride my bike over there. And I don't ride my bike anywhere, but I could ride it there if I rode it anywhere. I'm sorry, I haven't made a video here in a while. So we're gonna make let's hang out and talk about, what do you do?
I do a lot of stuff, but I build some guitars.
Yoshi is a luthier. Where does that word come from? Do you know? Luthier?
Oh, don't ask me.
I don't know. He luthies in the sky with diamonds. Wow, that was bad. He actually lives really, and has his workshop across the hill. And after we do this video, we're actually gonna go to his workshop and see what he does there. And how many years has it taken you to come here?
I'm not quite sure, but maybe 8.
Took you 8 years to show up here. I'm just saying. 8, but you're finally here, and I'm happy. I'm so happy.
You know, our last video, what we did in Frankfurt, wasn't maybe that lucky for me.
Which one? The one where we're sitting there in the chairs 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were like, well, you're pissed off or something. But that's not it.
I wasn't pissed off, but nobody asked you how you are. Did you work day and night the last 4 weeks, or are you tired or whatever? And you haven't told even a word that we're gonna make a video. I was
that's how I am.
Sitting there and drinking a coffee, and you were just like, whoop.
That's how it goes. But here's another thing. Yoshi, and I think I'm correct about this, is probably one of the most introverted people that I know.
I don't know.
You're very quiet. Rather stick to yourself.
You don't know me.
Okay, well, okay. Maybe you had something to drink. And one could say the opposite. So it just didn't gel the way. I mean, we're buddies, we know each other. So I've sent quite a few people to his shop for repairs because he's the wizard, and he always had ridiculous prices where I was like, he does it for that? What a nice guy. Like, fixing necks and whatever. All my students always went to him. And then, which is probably a clever idea, you fix things, you treat people fairly, you don't overcharge. And then they had guitars built. How many guitars did you build for Ronnie?
I think 3. Could be 4. I'm not sure, but yeah.
So it worked out in the end.
Yes,
it worked out in the end. And Ronnie's a happy camper. Leslie, what's the saying? I told you that's gonna happen. Ronnie's a happy camper with his Lak guitars. That's what they're called. Or are they Jozsi Lak?
Jozsi Lak.
Jozsi Lak. Long O. I always say Yoshi, but it's Yoshi.
You know, I heard my name in so many versions, so it's...
You're spelling it with a fucking Z. Z.
Yeah, because it's a Hungarian name.
Jozsi.
In Hungarian, Jozsi.
Ah, so long
but
O?
It's the same like Joseph, Yusuf, Joseph.
Joe.
Yeah.
Now we're getting somewhere. So your brand is Jozsi Lak.
Yeah.
L-A-K. Is it really your last name, or is it like an artist name like Cher?
No. I'm really L-A-K.
So you're not Cher?
Cher?
Or Madonna or Sting?
No.
Sting. His name is Gordon, actually. Sting. Okay, well, so, yeah, you want to see guitars. Well, you know what? We're shooting the shit, and now you can comment about how evilly, let's say that's a word, I'm treating him because it's always what happens. Like, you're so rude to your guests.
Who said that?
People say that all the time.
Okay.
Well,
maybe I know you just too long that I'm.
you're just used to that. Everyone ask any people come back. They wouldn't come back if I was rude.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just how it comes across on camera. So you brought 3 instruments for us. So Leslie, go to the 3-instrument camera. Right there. So which one do you want to start with? The one that has 1 pickup? That makes sense.
Don't ask me which one wanted you.
I can clearly see you brought orange, brown, and something in between. So you really overwhelm us with the color choices here. Let's start with 1 pickup.
This one is one of my most models. It's called the Rocker, and it's.
Let me guess. It's meant to rock. It's got 1 P90 in the bridge.
You can use it for whatever you want to. You can have it also with two pickups, but this one is a version that I like.
It's as reduced as it gets, and I like guitars like that. I can't say that I like guitars with 1 pickup. I only have one of them, which is a PRS1, SE1. That's what it's called. But I love that for rocking out and riffing. But I like the absolute simplicity. 1 knob, nothing in the fretboard. So Leslie's on the cool cam right there. Nothing in the fretboard. The wooden pickguard is beautiful. What bridge is that? Who makes that?
It's a Goto.
A Goto wraparound. Rather massive. So that thing should have attack, I assume. I'm going to go with a bone nut. Mm-hmm. And strange. They're staggered. They're not parallel. Look at the tuners. Then they're not parallel. They're staggered. Andy and I, when we did our Les Paul shootout, we looked at tuners in the back, how straight they are.
Oh, okay.
When they're supposed to be straight, and then a company kind of fucks it up. You went right with fucking it up, right?
This is my version of this style of body. I love it if it's just a little bit...
little bit weird.
Yeah, let's say weird.
Or unsymmetrical.
Yeah.
Desymmetrical. I like the orange you have here. I mean, it's mahogany and it's stained, clearly.
It's Corina, yeah.
Oh, which is a type of mahogany, right?
Yeah.
Mahogany-esque. But you stained it in a beautiful shade of pissy kind of orange. I like it. You don't see mahogany in that color. Usually people go for the really dark red. Mm. When mahogany, is a reddish color, but it's never as dark red as they usually make it. Or they cover it up completely. But not in this orange. Huge ass pores. And look, Gibson. It's possible to put a volute on the headstock so it doesn't break. I mean, all you do is you leave a little bit more wood here, right?
Yeah.
So it actually saves time because you're not taking it away. So it should be cheaper to have volute because it's...
I think it could be quicker to make it without it.
But if you're using CNC to do the neck, why... It's just tradition. It's tradition to make guitars where the headstocks break.
I have no CNC, so...
How many Gibson repairs have you had where the headstock was broken?
Not that much as you may be thinking.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe 15, 16, 80, something like that.
Overall. Now, Andy, if you're watching, let's do this. We did this on all the guitars. I looked at how centered the dots are.
Okay.
And no matter what the price range is, no one could center the dots except the Gibson. On the Gibson we like, the dots were centered. And here...
Did I?
Nope. They are towards the bottom. They are all equal. Let's show this. They are all equal in height, but they're not centered on the fretboard, which is for some reason something that bugs me. It is completely irrelevant, At least you have it all exact. There was somewhere on Nags for $4,000. Centered, and then the double dots were too low. Not anything that makes a guitar bad. You're going with Clusen. Why? No.
If I'm putting in the dots, at that moment, you never know how thick is going to be my fretboard.
Ah, because he's shaving something off at the bottom?
Yeah, so let's say I'm going for sure and put it in on the line from the neck, and then it looks good. Every dot is on the same place, and if the fretboard it's not that thick that I want to, then it's still okay.
So the thickness of the fretboard gets determined after the dots are put in.
Yeah.
You see, if we had known that, Andy, we still would have bitched about it because it just was fun, and it's such an irrelevant point.
This is the way I make it.
This is neat. So we're gonna play this because guitars are not just to look at.
And just an information, these are not new strings. And this one are new strings, but this one not. Maybe it's good to see the difference.
What strings do you use?
This is Ernie Ball.
Ernie Ball. Standard, whatever the slinky something.
10 to 46.
Tuning would be a good idea. And for that we use this thing called a tuner, which in our Les Paul shootout, we didn't.
No?
Well, no, not really. We were at Thomann. Who would have thought that they have tuners? I didn't know they had them. So we really just played with untuned guitars the whole time. Very clever. Nice. Why are you using Clusen there?
They are very good, I think, but you can't get this type of mechanics in 3/3. You can only get them in 6 in a line.
That's why they are.
So I buy it 6 in a line for the left hand and 6 in a line for a right hand, and then I just put it together.
Clever. Wow, they're smooth. Holy crap.
I don't know, it's not clever, it's just...
That's clever. These are ridiculously good. Just such a precise... Wow. It's got some bite. Let me get the speaker in the room a little bit so I can feel it. Wonderful, as they say in some language. Well, with one P90 in the back, you're very likely not getting the round jazz sound.
Yeah.
And you deliberately went for no tone, so you could roll off that bitiness a bit? Because it's called the rocker, right?
Yes, this is the simplest version. There are enough space if you want a tone.
Okay. Or a single coil or whatever. It's all optional for more money. I like the... I'm going to call this walnut. It's probably rosewood.
Okay, yeah, it's rosewood.
Rosewood headstock.
Piece of a headstock.
Yeah. It's not a matching because... Is that rosewood?
Yeah.
But it's different. Differently rosewood.
Sometimes looks a bit different.
Got a lot of bite, but just at the edge of where it could be too much. But I think with drive, this is going to be awesome. It's a guitar where you could go clean for that intro or that bridge if you had to, you know? You might not want to play funk on it.
I know some guys who want it like it is now.
Early in the morning, I haven't warmed up. A lot of string tension. It's very, very tight. What's the scale on it? Not that I know what that means, but I'll ask anyway.
It's 22/8. 62/8, sorry. Gibson.
Gibson scale.
Yeah, and but the strings feel more tighter. Is that right?
I think so. Yeah.
Because of the bridge.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have guessed they're 11s. Well, let's rock it. Let's go to the Friedman-y thing. The what's it called? That thing, Leslie, back there. That small box. Here's the clean channel of the that small box thing. It's already more its territory.
This is the clean channel.
That's the clean channel, yeah. It's the clean channel cranked up.
Okay. I like it. How it sounds.
It's a very classic plexi where you have you call this the rocker.
And I hope that the guitar is the instrument what make you play like this.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of bite, there's a lot of attack. This will cut through in a mix without a question. That'll just cut right through. Even just, kill your vocalist. Who needs those? A lot of note separation, holy crap. It's very clear. Let's go Dirty Shirley, which should be, yes, on mode. It's pretty much the same kind of sound, just with a little bit more heft at the bottom. If you push right on the fret, it doesn't work. That's weird. So you have to be able to play with this guitar as well. Like, you have to be actually a good guitar player, apparently. It's weird. Because look, when I push right on the fret, nothing happens. That's weird. I don't know if I like this. Ah, this is nice. If I only knew what the Rocker 50 was like. Quite a few of your customers play orange, don't they?
Some of them, yeah.
Let's see how it pairs. I'm gonna go 11. Yeah. It projects less, that orange. Weird. It doesn't matter what you do, it doesn't matter how much gain you have. The guitar always shows you every single string. That's ridiculous. Yeah, it's a rocker. It's like, don't play this clean. We have more. Let's go to the La Boga, which is 16. Because that's a rocker. It's a round, a little bit rounded off rocker. Actually, it's not. Holy crap. I never know if it's on the upbeat or I don't know when that comes. It's a weird kind of a thing that Mr. Vi did there. I have no idea. Okay, let's do one more. Now we are, of course, in the Revv Generator 100p, which is the most modern metal sound I can think of. And obviously this guitar says I'm a metal axe, right? I mean, you can clearly see that. There's a little bit of black there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So we're good. And nothing in the fretboard. You could put blood on there or whatever. I mean, totally fine. That's I would play metal with that without a problem. It cuts through like crazy. Everything is there. I mean, with this ultra high gain sound, that's the highest gain sound that this high gain amp does. I can't make it wobbly. I can't make it dull. I can't make it where the notes all of a sudden don't appear anymore. Very neat. How much do I have to pay for this? If I'm like, you know, Joe Schmo coming into your shop saying
1,700.
Yeah, but this is handmade.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a second. Are you stupid? It's handmade. It's made in Germany with high quality parts and wood, and it sounds ridiculous.
You know, as I started, let's say I jumped into cold water, and I had only one vision. I wanted to make really good guitars, but for as much money as the most of the people can pay it. This was my only.
You wanted your guitars not to be on the walls in living rooms of dentists. You actually wanted them to be in practice rooms of punk guys to actually have fun with these instruments.
And I mean, you know me for a long time. Yeah. I also buy my bread from money. Yeah. But that's not the first thing that I have on my list.
This is for 1,700. That's a freaking joke. That's now I can see the wonky. Look at this, because you kind of think it's a double cut, but it's not. This is more traditional, and then it just goes out of wonk down here. I love this. It's definitely le different, as they say in French, which means in English that means different. Wow, that's a joke for that money. So what's included? Gig bag?
A case.
A case? What's wrong with you? I mean, nothing against the beautiful FGN that I just got, but that's $18.49 and it comes in a bad gig bag. How can you include a case with that?
For the fourth or fifth time in Frankfurt, there was another luthier who came to me and said, well, I can do what I want to, I can say what I want to, you are like you are. That means the last 4 years before, you can do this, you can do that, you can wear these jeans, you can do, and I can't change it.
Well, you could easily make those more expensive. I mean, that is with the case.
Yeah.
Okay. First impression, people.
I already had some calls on the phone who somebody asked me, are you really making it on your own? I said, yes. You will see after that, you will come in my workshop and...
I mean, I can see, you put your hands on this. This is a very nice...
Listen, I don't say it's a perfect build. If you try to find some mistakes, little mistakes, maybe you will find it. Not at the first time, but if you look... Was heißt eine Lupe?
Magnifying glass. With a magnifying glass.
Maybe you will find something that
Okay, but there's a difference between this and buying a Nick Huber or a Jens Ritter guitar, where I would like it as probably like a work of art thing. I just looked at the Nick Huber 20th anniversary with amazing tops on the back. Those are instruments that the lawyer has on his wall. They're great instruments, but this is a tool meant to be played, handmade in great quality.
I never had a Nick Huber or Jens Ritter in my hands, but I'm sure they're making really good instruments.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
That's your target isn't making the porn guitar for the guy that puts it on the wall. You want this to be played. And you want real people like you and me to be able to afford them and just play them. Which is admirable, as they say. Not admiral, that's someone in the Navy. Admirable. Even though he looks like a sailor. Look at him. What's with that shirt?
Sailor?
Yeah, with the... I don't understand people wearing weird shirts. That's just strange. Next time you come here, wear a good shirt. Don't look like sailor boy.
I have an own stylist. He's called Michi Schmidt. Almost all of my t-shirts are made by Michi Schmidt. Do you know him?
No.
He's a guy who, long story. Very nice guy.
We'll get into that. But again, wear a real shirt. Hashtag Mr. Google Rules. Okay, let's move on. This is already very impressive. We're going to look at this last because I'm very interested. Oh, the Foxy is much lighter than I would think. So this is your creation, the Foxy Wave.
This is the Foxy Wave. And if you believe it or not, I needed almost 2 years to have the last version of it.
One would say it's explorer-y, but it's not because it has a horn up here, which it's familiar yet strange. So
I mean, everybody can see what was my impression, and I just tried to change a little bit, maybe to make it as elegant as I can, and maybe a little bit sexy if you want to. And yeah,
we have is it a two-piece body? It's tough to say with mahogany. Mindy humbuckers by who?
David Barfuss. And
David
the P90 was also from David Barfuss.
Who also lives around the corner. I've been at his place. He has more Marshalls than any man needs. It's ridiculous. I like the Schlagbrett, the pickguard. In this case, it's a PP. It's a pointless pickguard because the pickguard is meant to be down here so that you don't scratch your guitar. You have it up here. It's for visuals.
Yeah.
because this guitar is already, beat up. It's aged, so really a pickguard is completely pointless.
It was aged from the beginning on, but this is already not my guitar. So I just got it back on a weekend, and I have to give it back next weekend.
Oh, damn it. That sucks. So I like that this goes down a bit right here. I don't know why that would be important, but I like it. We have how many frets in here?
22.
22. Huge dots in here, and then smaller ones.
These are not LEDs, but if you...
Luminaires.
Yeah.
I know stuff, just say luminay. Come on. Luminaires. We have Schaller, which can be good or cannot be good. It depends on when you bought them. So, how are these?
I never had some problem with Schaller.
Okay.
But I think these knobs or
tuning pegs or heads or whatever.
Yes,
yeah.
You can't get them anymore. These were small.
And I know why, because it's pretty damn tough to tune.
Oh, it works quite good. But it's a little different like the other ones.
It feels like you really have to grab onto them. But it has a cool visual. Jackson had the Jackson Roswell V had something like this. Remember that? Where everyone now said after Gibson did the new Flying V that it looked like the Roswell V. And here comes in the shapeidity. This is reminiscent in terms of its moving to the leftitude to an SG.
Okay.
Longer body in the back, but like usually I play here. And on an SG, you play here. So it feels like the F is further over here. It feels like your hand is... It's just something you have to get used to.
But it's a Firebird, it's the same.
Yeah, it just feels weird to me. Feels completely different than the other one. Oh, and did you guys see the binding? It's a miniature chessboard binding. That's what it's called, actually. I don't know. Zoom in on this. Here we go.
But it's originally not a binding. I just use it as a binding.
What is it?
In acoustic guitars, most of the time in the back, you see in the middle this line.
Ah, okay. Well, you can use that for whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit...
But it's a little bit difficult to
on the acoustic guitar, it's straight.
To go on the corner.
I was just going to say, it's probably not meant to be bent.
Yeah.
It's not meant to bend. Wow. And we have 3 knobs, which are for, I don't know, volume, tone?
Tone, yeah.
And volume...
And
tone?
master tone, yeah.
Okay. See, I know stuff. So, we're going to start clean with the Revv Dynamis again. Oh, fatness! Where the other one was thinner and bitey, this is... Don't you wish you had that built into the guitar? Wasn't that just amazing?
Of course.
Huh? I think there was... Wait. Or we can do this one. I'll get you in touch with Chase Bliss. You can put the Thermi right in there, and then it's always in there. It's a very, very useful sound.
That was what I was looking for.
Yeah, this is actually a brilliant pedal. The Thermi review's coming up at some point. It's a lot of fun and very brilliant, but not for everyone. An insanely fat sound. I can't even describe it. I can't even say what that reminds me of, whether that's a Strat Tele. You know, we always like our orientation, we like our bass line. So the bass line would be, it's thinner than a Les Paul, it's bitier than a Strat. But it kind of, I don't know, has a lot of bite. But it has sustain. Or mahogany, right?
Yeah.
But it doesn't necessarily... doesn't have that traditional mahogany attack. Don't you think?
Well, I hope it is something unique.
It is. It really is something unique. I could play this clean all day. I could play this only with this pickup all day. Clean. Changing keys like crazy. Much thinned out now. Not something I want to play clean, but this... I'm gonna play my one jazz thing that I know. I tried to play the one jazz thing that I once knew and now fucked up. That is just awesome. Let's do Friedman again. Let's do Friedman on the clean thing first. It's a little bit too lean for me. There's some weight missing there compared to... That would have to be turned around for me.
Okay, I could do that.
Because it feels like going here, pulling back feels weird. I would want to do that.
This way, okay.
But that's extra turning around, right? That's like $50 extra.
No.
Come on. It should be. Dirty Shirley complements this better because it's missing a little bit of low end back here, not here. Why would that be? Is it really because of the position or is that differently voiced?
Maybe the position, but maybe I could put the bridge pickup a little more higher, or this one a little bit lower.
Actually, yeah, they are about. This actually is a little bit closer. Getting this a little bit higher, it's just missing a little bit of the bottom, but the Dirty Shirley has the bottom. It's a rock and roll machine. You can clearly tell that this is what your guitars want. If I stood on a stage and this was blasting behind me, I'd be pretty happy. Now it sounds like I'm blowing up the amp. It's got that really thick. Orange. Why is that so quiet? I forgot to mention that he's also a luthier that can play the shit out of an instrument, which really helps.
I try.
Yeah, but it really helps that, you know, when we talk about tone and feel, it's not something that's theoretical to you. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Not everyone is like that.
Okay.
Some people can build great guitars, but they don't have a relationship to the feeling.
I don't know any of them.
Really?
No.
I'm not gonna name names.
Okay.
High gain orange and all the notes are there. Ah! That is nice. The playability is just ridiculous.
I had a customer who bought a Foxy, and after 2 years he came back and said, "This guitar does not make what I want to."
Really?
And I was like, okay, what's wrong? But he meant it as a compliment, because till that moment he knew guitars, what they did what he wanted to, but this one not. So he couldn't change any pedal or amp or whatever. He had to change something on.
He had to play differently.
His kind of playing.
Well, what I always say is when it comes to guitars, people always say, "I like this type of neck." I don't. I don't have a preference. I'll play you an Ibanez Wizard just as I'll play the half baseball bat of the LSL that I just sold, or any kind of guitar. The guitar kind of demands a certain kind of playing. The guitar kind of demands a certain style. So I will bend to that guitar. And it might not be the style I need on that day, but since I don't play in one band where I need that one sound, this guitar will come in handy for certain things. When I need to rock out like crazy, or when I need that really thick, warm sound that this thing gives me. And the neck will demand certain playing styles. If I wouldn't play necessarily Steve Vai on this, because there is a guitar that does that. So I think saying I like this type of neck means you like one kind of playing, one kind of sound. And I think it's really cool when you go with the flow of what the guitar demands from you. And I think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
But so what he always played wasn't necessarily what the guitar was good at, and he then found out how he has to adjust to a great instrument, which this is. Awesome. Let's do the Revv, because it's always fun. We're gonna go with that drop D and the Revv. Ah! It does le métal. if I could now play. Yeah, it is fat down there. It needs to be paired with an amp that wants that, but holy crap fuck. And then of course you in here, and it's all that's beautiful. That's a D major 7 for all you harmony people out there. With the flat 7 in the bass. Hashtag jazz is real. Come on, you will play this, right? You would rock this chord all day long, wouldn't you? Well, let's go back to the riff. Come on, those metal people will play whatever. Brings us to the price.
2.7.
And you're getting an incredibly original instrument. Handmade. You probably don't have a case for that. That comes in a gig bag.
That comes in a Blake Apex gig bag.
Because you would actually have to have someone make you a case for this. Or would it fit into like an Explorer type?
No, not really. Not really. I tried all of them, but I was very happy to see the guys from Blake 2 years before in Frankfurt. So, and I bought a lot of them. So I have enough for the next 10 years.
Really? Okay. Very original thing. Awesome. And moving on to, I want to know what that does. And now, the single cut. I can say Les Paul, he cannot, he will go to hell for that. Gibson hell. But I can say Les Paul all day long. Les Paul, Les Paul, Les Paul. See? No one can do anything. I'm just some guy making videos privately for fun. I've changed my tune about Gibson and their Les Pauls lately. Yeah, they've made a good guitar that I played. Whoa, this is light. For a single cut, that's rather light. Do you know the weight on this?
It's, no, not really. But I don't think it's over 4. What do you think?
Thick ass neck? I don't know weights. I'm gonna say it feels middle of the road for a single cut. Thicker neck? Now people would ask me, is it a 59? I don't know necks. I know it's not super fat, but it's not thin.
So, yeah.
And it feels as if it has the tiniest guitar tit right there. Let's see, go to the front cam. See the tiniest, here, hello camera, here we go. The tiniest guitar tit, which is what we call a volute here. But this looks like the headstock would not break, we hope. Clusons? Again?
No, Godot.
Okay. Yoshi uses whatever fits the bill. And then we have the staggered tuners again. It's not not parallel.
The same headstock like on a rocker.
But these look straighter because of, well, the others also were lefties and righties and whatever. Yeah. But who cares? We'll plug this in. So we of course have mahogany, and we're gonna go with that. That's not a veneer. That's actually a maple top.
Yeah.
Well, duh. What is this? Don't say a bridge.
It's a Godot.
Okay. Seymour Duncans, not Barfus.
No.
Because you like these.
Well, I like the pickups from David, but I have no contract with anybody, so I can actually use what I want to.
Let's look at the side dots. They're all the way at the bottom. And they're kind of faded. What is the material you use there?
Plastic.
Why does it look like it's faded into the binding? You see what I...
But not all of them. This one.
But you know what I'm talking about? It looks kind of like you took a Sharpie and it kind of like bled a little bit into it.
No. It's. I think this one you meant. But for example, this one not. Well, it shouldn't be like this one.
I don't know. Gibson will do this and say this is original because that's how they turned out in the 50s.
No.
It's not anything that makes a guitar in any way bad. Go to this thing here. Come on, camera. Come on, you can do it, camera. Here we go. I don't know if you can see this. They're definitely at the very bottom of the, what's this thing called?
Neck, fretboard.
Fretboard, thank you. And as we already said, who cares?
But it's not a rosewood fingerboard.
It is Ciricote.
No, it's a Granadillo.
Granadillo. Spanish for granite, I don't know. What is Granadillo?
Don't let me explain it.
Sounds like an apple tree.
No.
No? I don't know. But that's what the BFG from Gibson had that we tested.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Why dots and no blocks?
Because it was an order.
Ah.
So if you want to have blocks, actually no problem.
I would have nothing in it.
Okay.
That would be my thing. Nothing. Nothing's cheaper, right?
I think it looks good if it has no dots, but some of the players need it.
For me, dots. I looked at the what's it called? Nax Tenai T3, which is actually under 3, great guitar. I probably would have bought that last week right away, but it had dots. And for me, a guitar in this upper price range, pawn guitar, dots look like the cheap alternative, unless you have a Strat. Strat it's totally fine, but on something like this, dots look like one company wanted to save a couple of bucks. But of course, the guy requested dots, so
Yes.
wouldn't have been your choice. Are dots cheaper to do than
The blocks?
blocks?
It's easier to do it, yeah.
Okay,
It's much easier.
much easier. So big price difference?
About 100 euros.
Okay.
100, 150.
If I ever order a guitar from you, how about we do nothing? Just zero. I'm good with that. We have volume, I'm going to assume. And I'm also going to assume that the scale is standard LP.
Yeah.
This is not high gloss, but it's also not natural.
It should be high gloss, but it's nitro.
So it's a very thin.
Very thin, yeah.
You can feel the pores.
A little bit, yeah. Maybe more on the neck, but on the body also.
Yeah, less here, but you can also see it's a little bit, fallen into the. You didn't go nuts on the paint. This is still, you can still have a connection with the wood, and we all like to connect with our wood.
The strings are the same. Ernie ball 10 to 46.
Okay. Oh, I have to turn this on. Helps when you turn on the tuner. Let's see how the thingies are. Super precise, nice. So.
Strings.
Okay, these are older. But not super old. They're not like rusty or anything.
No.
It feels super round and super fat, what I would expect from a single cut. Some bite is not there. Brilliant. Wow, is it fat. That's a thick mahogany sound. Of course, let's pair that with the treatment. which is where the guitar should be at home. That's the palm muted stuff. Is very chuggy, very nice. This is, of course, the clean channel. Now it's not. I kind of didn't grab the string right. Well, let's do the Andy test. Andy test has pulse like this. Yeah, it's good. I'll show you the video. It's funny. Orange, because you know that's what Gibson would call a plain top, right? No, it's not. It's plain but with flame. It's a flame plain top. It's now I can't see that from here. From here, those things disappear. I can only see those. But in the camera, it's like I could go for that. Yeah.
But this is a kind of top that I like, with these little bit darker colors in it.
Yeah, I love it. It's got those and those. It's beautifully done, and it doesn't go too dark on the edge. I don't like it when it goes too dark. Here we are. Oh, the orange in this is a good combo. Do I dare? No, I don't know. No, that's not her. I could do this one. I've never been able to play that 3 times correctly. Ever. On any guitar ever, and I've played this quite a bit.
Would you please play the other song for me? What just started?
Yeah, but then of course we have to go to like A Marshall kind of thing. Not that I can. That works. Now, of course, I demonetized the video because YouTube's totally gonna jump on that. Let's risk it. Let's see what happens. But they're probably going to say, oh, no, you can't do that. I might just bleep it out. How about... No. And, well, we have to do the Revv, right? An amp is fat as hell, the guitar is fat as hell. That can bury some people. That literally sounds like burying people. Something Dan Donegan would do from Le Disturbed, which is French for disturbed. He just likes that flat 9. All the metal guys like the flat 9. Yeah, I could play that for quite a while. That's a fun combination. And then, of course, when it comes to warmth, this guitar is tough to beat. When it comes to that upper brilliance, I wonder if it's older strings. They don't feel rusty or beat up, but still, they could just be a bit older. Wonder if it's pickup. What do you think? How would you approach this now as a builder? If I said, I love this, but I want more openness in the top end.
Well, first of all, the strings don't have that brightness what you maybe are looking for at the moment. But I don't think there's anything what I could change at the moment.
Not on this guitar, but if I said, build me this with more brightness.
Yeah, maybe we could put some little bit other stuff together. I'm never sure for 100% what it's gonna be at the end.
You can't be.
You know?
Because
maybe I can about 90, I can say, yes, it's gonna be like this, but I could never say at 100%.
Because this, for me, is the ultimate Les Paul tone. The super roundness, the fatness, the sustain, amazing playability. I'm just looking for, let's dial in a little bit more sparkle. But then again, that's me. You might not be looking for that sparkle. And you might be getting it with NYXL probably would change this quite a bit. Because they're steel and these are nickel, right?
I'm
not
sure.
What Ernie balls do you have
Slinky.
on there? They're nickel.
Okay.
That's it. And I like the steel strings because I like the NYXLs. And that's where the difference comes from.
Okay.
And there we are. He said. So price point on this?
3,400.
With the case?
With a snakewood case.
Show the case. It's ridiculous. The first thing Leslie said when she came in, she's like, boy, that case is ugly. But then again, you'll remember that. Think of all the snakes that had to die for this. All the polyester snakes. But that is kind of cool. I mean, and it's probably not that much more compared to just black. It's just toe legs.
It's not even 10 euro between this one and a black.
Yeah, and that's something you remember. And then people are like, oh, dude, what is it? People will ask you more about what guitar's in there with that case.
Yeah,
it's clever. He's clever.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So, no, I mean, for a hand-built Les Paul, I mean, single cut on this level, there's absolutely no question that this is a fair price. And of course, you can get all the options you want.
Yeah.
You could put Barfuß in there, you could put Häusels in there, or different Seymour Duncans, or bare knuckles if you wanted to. He can order them. And if you wanted, you know, I don't know, titties in the fretboard, he would probably... Would you do titties?
Titties?
Yeah.
What is titties?
Titties. Boobs.
In the fretboard?
Yeah.
Mm.
So apparently he doesn't do anything. There's limits to what Jozsi will do.
You know, another guitar builder called me up 4 years ago and he needed some help. Maybe I won't say his name. And can you do this or that for me? And I said, well, we can talk about it. Oh, I know, you do everything. I said, no, I do a lot, but I don't do everything.
There's limits. I really would like this, like, shaped like a ball with, like, hair on it. No, let's not do that. How about your name is on there? So it needs to be something you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
Unless you don't write your name on there. And just take the money and run. We're going to pack up here. And we're going to go to his shop and see a couple of things there and where these things are made, which is always super interesting. And do you have something that you're working on right now? Something halfway or something that we're gonna see?
Of course.
Cool.
A very important information. I moved into this workshop 8 months ago.
Okay.
So not everything has found its place that it needs. And the first part of the workshop, I cleaned it up just a little bit, but I think it was a mistake because everybody who was already in my workshop and gonna see this video will say that's everything, but not you.
No, it needs to be the way.
In the second part, I didn't clean it up.
Good.
So I left it like it is.
Dude, I moved in this house 6 years ago, and things still haven't found their place.
But this was my old workshop where you have been.
Have I been in your? I don't think I've ever been in your workshop.
Really?
I've only been in Magnus's workshop, and that is a minefield. That's just everything is everywhere. But however you work and however you create these things, that's maybe in a spotless environment, this wouldn't happen like this. Who knows? Well, thanks for coming here. Thanks for taking us to your workshop. That's going to be the video tomorrow. Of course, if you watch this 3 days from now, then it's different times. Well, see you later. Thanks, Jozsi. Check out, do you have a website?
Yeah.
Check out his website. It's in the links below or something. We'll figure it out. And if you're in Germany, stop by, have something fixed or a guitar built.
Or just drink a coffee.
Or just drink a coffee. Animals at the end.
Couldn't love you, not even if I tried. Heart's been broken about 1,000,000 times, and everything I hold dear, so corrupted by that old fear. You weren't supposed to, but turn around my life. I was safe in my cell like a snail in a shell till you lured me out of the safe house. You ripped the blind